7. A heads up for another move being made by the industry players here that's going to cause supply chain issues big time. All the rest of it's been staged all the way from the beginning, with the boats going all the way out over the horizon on the west coast, backed up at the ports, all by design. Now, what some are calling a black swan event, an event that is engineered here to affect this whole situation en masse. We have CF Industry Holdings warning that rail shipments of crop nutrients will be reduced to only top agricultural states. And this couldn't come at a worse time here, as the Northern Hemisphere is spring planting right now. And if all these farmers don't get the fertilizers that they need, this is going to affect it big time. Now, the world's largest fertilizer company said Union Pacific had hit it with railroad mandated shipping reductions. What timing, right? With all this crap going on, all this should be overwritten, making sure that stuff gets to the places that it needs to get. But we hear no talk of that, do we? This is going to impact nitrogen fertilizers, urea ammonium nitrate, and shipments that are heading to Iowa, Illinois, Kansas, Nebraska, Texas, and California. They're all going to be affected. This means they're going to have to decrease their shipments immediately by a whopping 20% to stay compliant. I'm telling you, this is all part of a massive staged operation. I break this down further on the live streams. Make sure to join me tonight, Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, on DLive and Patriot TV. You'll find links below, and hit that subscribe button for more. It's been Dabu7. Peace.
Kansas homeowners, if you're an Evergy customer.
Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Real quick, this is just a lesson. It says Black Swan event, which if we Google Black Swan event, I can look it up real quick. And it's going to basically tell you the Black Swan event theory of Black Swan is a metaphor that describes an event that comes as something that's cataclysmic, okay? Something that's pretty much huge, or something that's bad, an omen, basically a prophecy that nobody's expecting, but it will catch people off guard, like the common famine, the common collapse, which many people speak on a collapse, but they don't really believe it's going to manifest itself. You see what I'm saying? Like America being destroyed by ICBM nuclear missiles. That's considered a Black Swan event because the masses are not really susceptible to that, because we've never experienced global nuclear war on a global scale. Now, you could say that atom bombs and so forth like that is a form of nuclear artillery, or hydrogen bombs, but nonetheless, we haven't experienced anything that's beyond capable of wiping out humanity, okay? So it says the Black Swan theory, or the Black Swan event, is a metaphor that describes an event that has come as a surprise, has a major effect, and is often appropriately rationalized after the fact with the benefits of hindsight. The term is based on an ancient saying that presumed black swans did not exist, saying that it became reinterpreted to teach a different lesson with the first European encounter with them, hence the Black Plague, etc. Now, the Bible speaks of full of black swan events, man. You know, because it says here, Black Swan event is an event in human history that was unprecedented and unexpected at the point in time it occurred. However, after evaluating the surrounding context, domain experts, and in some cases, even laymen, can usually conclude it was bound to happen. Like an economic collapse, that's bound to happen, all right? That's bound to happen because it's in the scriptures. The MOTB is bound to happen. Why? Because it's prophesied in the Holy Scriptures. All right. Salvation, the chariots popping up. It's bound to happen because it's prophesied in the scriptures, man. OK, now he was going into all these derailments, which derailments could take sometimes days, hours, or weeks to clean up. Because actually this boomerang I work with, he used to actually work for a railroad company on a sales floor. And he used to have to go out and analyze and give appraisals on derailments, man. And he said sometimes he'd be out of town for 2-3 weeks at a time, because that job required him to travel within certain provinces of his domain. Okay, so sometimes when you see in those cars and stuff like that stuck on the tracks. That could possibly be the train docking there, or that could be a derailment. It could be an investigation, anything. But derailment costs $1 million an hour. I believe it's $1 million an hour a minute. I think he said that railroad lose up to $1 million an hour if they don't hurry up and clean up that derailment. And what is another way to bankrupt or to drive up global inflation is to stage these derailments, man, because they're expensive, because you got to look at the type of cargo, the freight, the time frame that they have to get these goods to these particular stores or particular docks and so forth like that. So it makes sense that if they're deliberately stopping these trains and causing derailments and they're losing $1 million on an hour, or if it's a minute or whatever, it makes sense that the price of food is going to go up, because one of the brothers in the camp did a video, I believe yesterday or the day before yesterday, about Walmart showing prices of inflation. Okay. And I was reading an article about a few weeks ago, kind of skimming through it, that Walmart was doing what they can to keep their prices stable, because, I mean, I won't say they self-sustain, but in many ways they are. You know, Sam Walton Corporation, you know, that devil, he's juiced in. But anyway, it says a fertilizer supply of shock is imminent to U.S. or for U.S. farmers, as CF Industries Holdings Incorporation warned Thursday. It says that rail shipments of crop nutrients will be reduced to top agriculture states, which couldn't come at a worse time as the northern hemisphere spring planting season is under the way. It says the world's largest fertilizer company said Union Pacific had hit it with the railroad mandate shipping reductions that will impact nitrogen fertilizers such as urea and urea ammonia nitrate shipments to Iowa, Illinois, Kansas, Nebraska, Texas, and California. It says Union Pacific told CF Industries without advance notice to reduce the volume of private cars on as a railroad immediately. It says this means CF Industries had to decrease shipments by a whopping 20% to stay compliant. Okay, so right now that's a form of things going up, inflation. Okay, because hey, when the price of goods go up, which they already are, but when things starts to skyrocket out of place, and beef becomes $200 a pound, bread becomes $100 a loaf, eggs becomes $150 a carton, milk $89, cheese $75. You know what I'm saying? Salt $50, sugar $45, man. Beans and $30, $40, $50, man. Turkey $120, lamb $1,000. You people shit. Pork ribs $150. You Jakes are going to lose it, man. And not only you Jakes, you Edomites gonna lose it. Because what's happening, this is the Most High breaking the staff of bread in this society, man. And deservedly so, because you people, like I always say, you people are hell-bent on your appetites of your bread and circus, man. You know? So call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. All right. So it says the timing of this action by Union Pacific could not come at a worse time for farmers, said Tony Will, President and Chief Executive Officer for CF Industries. But yeah, Tony Will, you ain't getting hit by it because it's not coming out of your pocket, because you are already paid off. You know, you already got your money. So you care less about what happens to the people. But not only will fertilizer be delayed by these shipping restrictions, but additional fertilizers needed to complete spring applications may be unable to reach farmers at all. Which, you know, we went into the whole agriculture and dairy farming. Dairy farmers don't make any money for real. You know, milk, they don't have the produce. You know, cows are being euthanized. They're being shot up with particular hormones. There's no money in dairy farming anymore. It's causing more to keep the farming open than to produce. So the best bet is to just shut it all down. You know, dairy farmers, wheat farming, all these things are getting ready to have a global effect on this economy. You know, like I said, man, we could very well see a collapse this year, Lord's will. And we already in a collapse. But I mean, with the whole system finally crashing down, but businesses are shutting down left and right, because they're doing things in small increments. Gradualism, as we like to call it. They're doing it in small pockets. So you may see a Macy's close down here and there, and that may not be a big deal. But if you pay attention to the stores that have closed since 2018, you probably had over 1,500 stores that closed within the last 3 or 4 years, probably more than that. You know what I'm saying? And it don't hurt to do a Google or DuckDuckGo search or whatever, you know, search engine you use. It doesn't hurt to really research that information. But nonetheless, this shit is coming to a halt and fast. Okay. But it says by placing this arbitrary restriction on just a handful of shippers, Union Pacific is jeopardizing farmers' harvest and increasing the cost of food for consumers. So it says the move is particularly problematic for the Midwest, hence the breadbasket of the world. What are the chances? Illinois, Ohio, Kansas, Missouri, you know what I'm saying? What's the other state? Not Arkansas, no. But Indiana, you know, those are considered the Midwest. You know, it's a lot of farming and agriculture that's done, a lot of corn farming and so forth out in this area, because when you come out to the Midwest and you're traveling on different interstates, it's 90% farmland. You see, big acres of land. But it says for the Midwest, where 90% of corn and 80% of soybeans are produced in the U.S. It says the region is a critical node in the global food system, and a tightening of the fertilizer supply will only drive up food prices by shrinking harvest. So they got to make money. It says farmers have been pressured by record high fertilizer and diesel costs. Okay. And this is just a chart if any brothers, you know, to understand graph readings and charts and so forth. This pretty much tells you the North American Fertilizer Index, and it give you increase since 2003. How, and notice it hit a peak in 2007 and 2008, and that's when we were in the verge of the economic collapse. The subprime banking, the housing mortgage, everything collapsed in those years. So it went up, okay, and then it was kind of gradually going up and down over the years, but we haven't seen this worse of a hike since 2007 to 2008. But here you go to 2021 to 2022. This is at an all-time high, man. So we're in a worse case than what we were in 2008, man. All right. So the Most High is getting ready to really do something to this place, man. All right. So what I did, I typed in the staff of bread in King James Bible in Leviticus 26 and 26. It says, when I have broken the staff of your bread, okay, it says 10 women should bake your bread in one oven. Right. Because, you know, the food, the commodities, things are going to be scarce, like the coming famine. And this is all to orchestrate a coming famine, okay, because they were talking about potentially in 90 days, or potentially if the global supply markets collapse today, we will only have 90 days supply of food worldwide. Now you do the math on that, because the average household, you're supposed to have at least 2 weeks of food supply, okay, but the average household may have a day or two, maybe 3, but the average supermarket only carries a 2 or 3 day supply of food. So imagine 90 days for the entire world. The world can go hungry in literally 3 months. We're in April, May, June, July. If it broke down today at this time, by what is this? May, June, by July, mid-July, this world will see a famine like no other. The world will go hungry. So just imagine what type of hell gonna break loose out here. It's gonna be bad, man. It says 10 women should break your bread in one oven, and they should deliver it to you, your bread again by weight, and you should eat it and not be satisfied, right? Because, like I said, supply and demand, okay? The supply for it is high. Well, the demand for it is high, but the supply is very low, okay? Like, notice when you go in certain stores now, you're getting less proportions, man. Like, I went to this little restaurant, I want to say about 2 weeks ago when I got off work, and I may just go there because it's good protein. You got Hawaiian Brothers, but not that. But it's a restaurant. They sell like Mediterranean food. And I picked up some lamb nachos, you know, to go. And shit was good, but they were $12, man. Inflation. But that particular meal used to be like $8, $9, man. Because that's what it's worth. It's not worth $12. Yeah, they give you a good portion, but it ain't worth really $12, if you know what I mean. Same thing with chicken wings. Chicken wings now, you go to any restaurant, man, chicken wings, you ain't getting them for no less than $16 for 8 pieces. Back in the day, an 8-piece wing would have cost you $5.99, $6.99. You know, and this was just 2-3 years ago. Now everybody's driving their prices up because, hey, shit is getting ready to collapse. And in order for the markets and the business to remain some type of relevant, to make some type of money, they got to raise the price margin to bring in the profits, man. You see? So this system is getting ready to crash, man. So it says your bread again by weight, and ye should eat it and not be satisfied. All right. So call all your how about Shemi Shah. This place is done. Okay. Psalms 105 and 16. This is a good one. It says here, moreover, he called for a famine upon the land, and he broke the whole staff of bread. This is going into the famine of Egypt. It says the whole staff, meaning that Egypt, from Goshen, well, Goshen, we had light in our provinces. The Israelites, we were straight. But nonetheless, the whole region felt that famine. They felt that economic collapse. And all Americans gonna feel that in due time. Okay, and I'm hoping soon, because we got a blood moon, I believe, next week. Okay, but it says here, he set a man before them, even Joseph, who was sold for a servant. But the point was, moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. He break the whole staff of bread, man. Okay, so this economic collapse is going to be detriment, man. It's going to be that bad, and it's going to get that bad to the point they're going to have to bring martial law out here, because these people are going to be losing their minds, man. Murdering, killing, bartering, selling women into slavery, selling kids, man. You know, eating human flesh. It's gonna be a shit show. And if you ain't got the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, your ass is through. Okay? So this is Isaiah 3:1. It says, for behold, the Lord of hosts doth take away from Jerusalem and Judah the stay and the staff. And Salakia, my allergies bothering me. But it says, from Jerusalem and from Judah, the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. So your water supplies, you know, when they shut down your systems, your sanitation systems, man, you shut down your sub pumps, you know, your sanitation, your stormwater systems. When they shut all these things down, all that wastewater is going to bag up in people's houses, because we don't have the pump pumping that shit out to a plant to treat it, to pump it back in the river. It's just going to bag back up. So you people are taking shits in the commode or the toilet, you know, doing an hour of temptation and so forth. Hey, man, this is going to bag back. It's going to be a nightmare, man. Okay, it's going to be a total nightmare. Okay, Ezekiel 4:16. It says, moreover, he said unto me, son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they should eat bread by weight and with care, right? Because it ain't going to just be no careless eating. That's when you people going to go on your dietary plan that day. All you people that want to get on a keto diet, hey, you going to get on it in that day, because, hey, you ain't going to have nothing to eat but your kids and each other, because cannibalism is coming back in a magnificent way. It says, son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they should eat bread by weight and with care, and they should drink water by measure and with astonishment, because they're going to be like, wow, this is different. We ain't never used to have to eat like this. I mean, you go to the store and buy 50, 60 cases of water. But sooner or later, when shit get bad, they're going to start limiting the amount of water you can buy. It's only one case per family. That's called rationing, man. Okay? And you people don't understand that that's coming right here to Babylon. But you're too proud, because you're too focused on your daily lives, on going to work, running this pinwheel rat race, man, that you ain't getting nowhere. You know, it's basically for none. It's all vanity. You wake up in the morning just to do the same thing, to take shit from somebody above you that's making profit. It's stupid, man. Okay? And it says, and when I should send upon them evil arrows, Ezekiel 5:16, of famine, evil arrows of famine, okay? Evil, bad times. Show you that, man, the Most High is doing this, okay? And when the Lord put emphasis on words, take heed. Evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you. Ooh. And I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. This shit is getting ready to get out of hand. And the Most High said it too many times, man. He's repeating it. So what happens when you jakes, you got $1,000 in food stamps, but you can't spend it? You can't go buy that. And right now, they got an infant shortage, man. Which you women should be breastfeeding anyway. You ain't supposed to be putting your children on formula and all that madness. You should be breastfeeding, man. But hey, what do? You go to the store, you spend your WIC tokens on infant on poison. But it's a shortage on that. So you black women, you are bugging out now. What about shortage on cow's milk? You know, corn, beans. We know how you like your oodles and noodles. All that stuff getting ready to be taken from you, man. A pack of noodles gonna cost your ass $75 for a punk ass pack of oodles and noodles that barely fills you up, man. Full of starch and seasoning and all that stuff. You know, we grew up on that, man. All right. Ezekiel 14:13. It says, son of man, when the land sinneth against me by trespassing grievously, which this land did, America did, by stealing the Israelite, the Negro, Latino, and Native American, our people in slavery, okay, the abominations, the fact that a 4-year-old can get the rod chopped off and when identified with something, they have no idea. And then when they get 13, 14, now they want to contemplate suicide because now they've done something that's against nature. And that's a curriculum and a doctrine that's being pushed on our children in school, man. They pushing that. Come on, a 11-year-old tell you that they want to identify with the alphabet community. Come on, man. That's being taught to those kids. That's indoctrination. And it says, the land is sinned against me by trespassing grievously. Then would I stretch out my hand upon it, and will break the staff of bread thereof, and will send famine upon it, and will cut off man and beast from it. So you people, man, y'all asses in trouble, man. And I say y'all because us, Lord's will, the Lord has mercy on us. We gonna be straight because the scriptures say in famine we should be satisfied. Okay, we should have abundant because there will be food out here. Just the fact that you ain't gonna be able to get to it unless you get the charagma. All right, and even if you do get the charagma, it ain't no guarantee you're gonna get the food because shit gonna be happening all over the world. And when the charagma is fully implemented, you better believe that those nuclear missiles are gonna fly right out there, man. Okay, and don't get simple and say, oh, I thought you said when the charagma comes, the missiles are gonna come the same day. No, I didn't say that. Okay, I said fly right out there. That can be months, weeks, a year. We don't know, but nonetheless, when that MOTB is established, that's when the Most High is gonna really send this place down. That's when it's done. That's why he's dragging his feet. Come on with the famine. Come on with the collapse. Bring the you know what, so the missiles can fly, man. How much longer we gotta wait? Come on, man. Let's get the show on and popping. Let's get the hell up out of here. I'm tired of this place, man. All right. The book of 2nd Ezra 6, and I'm gonna start at verses 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. The stores, man. Your stores are gonna be found empty. Right now, stores are getting empty. Luckily, they still have some type of supply chain going on, but hey, it's causing those drivers extra money and gas, and the companies, they're getting squeezed for every penny. So they gotta raise the prices in order to pay their workers, man, and keep the lights on. And it says, and a trumpet should give a sound, which when every man hear it, they should suddenly be afraid. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those things that dwell therein, and the springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they should not run. Okay, so hey, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of the GMS, and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom and a Baba Ball.